Start by removing the air duct, which is held by two plastic screws. Remove the negative battery terminal using a 10 mm socket. Remove the engine cover bolt using a 10 mm socket. Disconnect the PCV and breather hoses. Disconnect all wiring connected to the valve cover. Remove the ignition coil cover hold by three 10 mm bolts. Label the ignition coils and wires if you wish. Remove the ignition coils and set the wiring on the side. Double check if everything has been disconnected from the valve cover. Use a 10 mm socket to loosen the valve cover bolts, and make sure to follow the pattern in the picture. Remove the valve cover bolts and keep them in the same order. Use a rubber mallet and tap the sides of the valve cover to get it off, or use a rag and a regular hammer. If the valve cover is still hard to remove, use a flathead screwdriver to pry the valve cover off, and make sure not to scratch the cylinder head, otherwise it might cause leak. Remove the valve cover. Cover the engine internals using a cling wrap. Remove the old gasket from the valve cover. Clean the valve cover and the groove where the gasket sits using an engine degreaser or brake cleaner. Remove the cling wrap. Clean the edges of the cylinder head with brake cleaner. Make sure to remove any dirt, oil, old gasket and sealant. Apply RTV gasket maker on both sides where the cylinder head meets the timing chain case assembly. Make sure to install the valve cover within 3 minutes after application of sealant. Before installing the valve cover, carefully check if nothing was dropped by accident inside the engine. If there's any dirt on the cams, make sure to wipe it off using a lien-free cloth, then apply a small amount of engine oil on the cams. Install the valve cover. Put the bolts back in the same order they were before and hand tight them. Wait an hour before tightening to torque. Tighten the valve cover bolts in the order shown in the picture to 3 Newton meter. Once done, tighten the valve cover bolts again in the order shown in the picture, this time to 5.5 Newton meter. Install the strut brace back and tighten to 31 foot-pound. Connect the electrical wiring back to the valve cover. Install the ignition coils and tighten them. Connect the ignition wires back. Wipe the valve cover if there's any grease or oil left. Install the ignition coil cover. Connect the PCV and the breather hoses. Install the engine cover. Install the air duct. Connect the negative battery terminal once done. Now wait for 24 hours before starting the engine so the sealant can fully cure. Thanks for watching. If you find the video was helpful, please like, share and don't forget to subscribe for more videos.